Brittany, there's a lot going on across the nation and across, the world, really, with all of these fires and flooding. But we're not dealing with any of that here.
Yeah, thankfully. We do have a little bit of smoke and haze in the upper levels of the atmosphere today, so if you're noticing it's more hazy outside. But just a good reminder here that almost 90% of wildfires, not just here in the U.S., but across the world, are caused by human interaction. Now, oftentimes, of course, it's not intentional. It's a flicked cigarette. It's, a campfire that wasn't put out completely. And so please just be mindful of this if you are doing or partaking in any of those activities. Again, about 90% have some kind of human intervention. So if we can try to avoid that, then we can try to avoid these fires altogether. Temperature-wise, it's hot and hazy, and that's not just because of the wildfire smoke. It's also because of our weather setup. Big high pressure system and a temperature inversion overhead, keeping storms mostly away, but the heat on the rise. 90 right now, but it feels like 95 already in Charlotte. But Albemarle, Chirac already seeing a heat index of 101, 102 in Rockingham. Now, while this stretch of weather isn't going to be as hot as what we had during the 4th of July week or weekend, that 5-day stretch was the toastiest we've seen of 2026. It certainly is getting close to that. Smoke on satellite seen here due to the Canadian wildfires. Again, we know now starting to move over the border here into parts of the upper Midwest, but a lot of significant air quality issues for those areas up to the New England states. We still have high pressure, though, again, keeping any kind of storms mostly away. And with the inversion, it really prevents storms that try to develop from being able to tap into the upper levels of the atmosphere. So think about a rising storm cloud. It gets here, but if that stable layer prevents it from going even higher, it just can't grow and continue to develop. We're not going to see, again, because of this reason, much storm activity on radar today. You can see few and far between in terms of our storm chances. I'm keeping us about 20% as we did see a few brief thunderstorms south of Charlotte yesterday in parts of Chester and Lancaster and southeastern York counties. Tomorrow we could be a bit more active, but here's kind of where the wild card comes in this weekend. I do still expect smoke to contribute to that inversion for most of the day tomorrow, which would limit any of these storms being picked up by our in-house weather model. So with that being said, I don't think we'll see no storms, but they certainly won't be this active as what this particular model is showing. But Sunday, it does look like that inversion starts to break with the smoke starting to move away. High pressure starts to shift away as well. So I do think between the 2 days, Sunday, you're more likely to see thunderstorms in general, but you're also more likely to see those becoming strong to severe. During this time of year, we know that the wind potential, so that potential for strong downburst winds is number one, really is number one and probably number two priority there behind hail and tornadoes, which is a much lower risk this time of year. So please be mindful of that. Loose trees, maybe from flash flooding earlier this week, any kind of soil loose issue there can very quickly bring down some of those trees and even power lines. Remember, we've seen that a lot over the last couple of weeks, even with storms that technically aren't severe. So Saturday, a few showers and thunderstorms possible. Again, I'm not convinced that we'll see a lot, but Sunday, things could be a bit more active. And again, you'll see that severe weather risk transition to that low risk for us on Saturday and eventually a medium risk here for us on Sunday here in the Charlotte Metro. That medium risk expands from Charlotte all the way toward Raleigh-Durham, including parts of Fayetteville and down to our south and east toward Bennettsville, Darlington, and Hartsville. Here's that Jerry Hunt Supercenter 7-day forecast. Again, showers and thunderstorms few and far between now, but chances do increase by the second half of the weekend.